Hello, everybody. If you're seeing us, it must be Thursday. I'm Mary Perry.
I'm David Zen.
And
we are Unscripted.
Completely unscripted. Completely unscripted. Hello, Dave. How are you? Beautiful fall day here in the Northeast, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So do you want to rattle off your Halloween jokes one at a time? Now, folks, those of you at home, did you get that? Did you hear the rattle off part? Okay, that's pretty good.
This is going to be scary.
You know, I'm no country pumpkin. It's good so far, guys. We're coming out fast. This is your. Okay, Dave, sorry. Yes. Dave, how are you? How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I'm good.
I stumped him.
You didn't stump me.
Oh,
so
I didn't?
Let's talk about St. Paul's Day.
Okay, good.
So we have a busy week coming up.
Yep.
One of the first things, let's talk, we got, as I'm looking at the calendar, we got praise kicks, we got praise bars, we got praise moves, we got, explain all these things to me. What's the difference and where are they?
Absolutely. And so it's funny you bring this up, because I was going to bring this up. I wanted to let you know that I was going to add a new one called Praise Dance.
That's 4 praises. Can we handle all this?
We can. And you know what? I was going to do Praise Dance, and I was going to start with like kind of teaching people how to dance. And I was going to start with the hokey pokey, but I completely forgot what it was all about. Thanks, Helen. Thank you, Helen. Helen. Thank you, girl. Anyway, so praise moves. Praise moves is Christian alternative to yoga. Praise kicks is, do you really want to know this, or are you setting me up for something?
No.
Okay, all right. And praise kicks is kickboxing with the word of God all around us. And praise bar is the new class, which is Wednesday nights at 5:45. And it's a combination of strength training, Pilates, praise moves, and a little ballet in there, but it's all about core and strengthening, and that is done to the word of God. It's actually the 7 Hebrew words for praise. So our scripture that we repeat in praise bar is all from all the different Psalms about praising God. It's really beautiful.
So which ones are meeting on Zoom? Which ones are meeting in Crocker?
Everybody's on Zoom. They're all on Zoom. Plus, Wednesday at 5:45 is in person, and Saturday at 10 a.m. is in person, in addition to being on Zoom. So you can stay home, or on Wednesday night and Saturday morning, you can come into church. We had 3 people last night, so it was really nice to be back in person too. Great. And 3 online.
So we have 4 praises, right?
4 praises. Here it comes. Here it comes.
5 if you count Unscripted with praise jokes.
Here it comes. You knew it was coming, right? I was the only one who didn't think it was coming. Okay, yes, praise jokes. Love.
And everyone can participate in that. Just send them to Mary. Help her out.
That's our new ministry, praise jokes. Why did I not think of that? Genius. Genius. All right, that's the ministry. That's number 76 on that list.
Okay. So, let's see, Sunday, we have services. The adult class at 9:30 is illuminating the scriptures. And then at 2 o'clock in the meadow, we have
trunk or treat.
Are you coming as a trunk or a treat, or are you doing praise pumpkins, or what are you doing?
doing praise pumpkins. I think we've got some really good trunks lined up, and we've got the sign out from the church. So we're hoping the community comes. You know, we're kind of letting them know about it. So it's always such a great community event. So please do come if you. We still have room for trunks, so sign up. Yeah, it's so fun. So
And
fun.
the weather is supposed to be okay for that day.
I think so. That's what I heard, right? It's all good.
It's supposed to be dry on Sunday.
Yeah. Yay. Let's do it.
And let's see, on Wednesday, we have the drive-through food collection.
Yep.
Once again.
And don't forget, 10 o'clock healing service with Father Joe. Dave, you know there was like over 30 people there this past yesterday.
I saw that. He sent me a picture of that. So
unbelievable. It's so good. It's
on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely come if you can. And if not, we do Facebook Live, Father Joe's healing message. And it starts probably, I don't know, 10:15 sometimes. But you can come for its message and it's communion. And Joe takes your prayer requests and Holy Unction. It's absolutely beautiful. So please do come if you can. And also, if you need prayer and you would like prayer and you can't come in person on Wednesday, just let Father Joe or myself know, and we will get you all prayed up.
That middle of the week service is really special. I don't have the opportunity to go to it right now, but I have in the past, and it really is.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It really is. It's wonderful. So grateful. So what else we got during the week?
Our week.
I can go through my praise classes again. You want me to do that?
That's all right. You can spare us. It's all on the calendar. It's starting. It's getting to the point where it's going to fill up a full page, which
Love
is
it.
great.
It's great.
It's getting back to normal for us. We should again highlight the food collections for November.
Yep.
Even the Wednesday ones, they go to Jericho, and to November is our month for the Brookfield Social Services.
Okay.
And all that food collected for Brookfield Social Services is going to the Thanksgiving food donations.
Oh, good.
In the past, we sponsored a family or two, but now because they can't do frozen turkeys and some of the restrictions, collecting gift cards, and everyone that comes to social services will get a gift card, which they can in turn go to a local grocery store and get a turkey.
So good.
So that's a great ministry.
It is.
We support that. We've been huge supporters on that for years.
Yeah.
There's a little mailbox in the back of the church. You can drop the gift cards in. We still collect the food staples. There's a list in sword points.
Yep.
Almost anything you could use for a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep.
So that's great.
You know, that's just one of my favorite. I mean, I love all about our worship services, everything about it. But when you see that food coming up the aisle, you know, to go up for Father Joe to bless it and then do it, it's extraordinary.
During the offertory last week, I think we had 4 people bringing baskets and bags of food donations. That was clearly our biggest week yet.
Unbelievable. Please, thank you for your generosity, everybody, and absolutely keep it coming. There's so much need. Thank you.
So something else that's in sword points this week, and we almost did it last year, but we didn't have a Thanksgiving service because of COVID. Lyndon Thomas is heading up a blessings tree. And actually, everyone should put this on their calendar. You know, we all have a Thanksgiving meal in the afternoon, but one of the best services of the year.
By far.
Bar none.
Bar none.
Is the Thanksgiving service. And what makes it special is instead of having prayers of the people, we have an opportunity for people to stand up and give their thanksgivings. And it's just a wonderful time. So I think the blessings tree is kind of an offshoot of that.
Yep.
We'll write down their blessings. We'll hang them on the tree. on Thanksgiving Day. We'll go through and read those and share those.
I agree with you about that service. I absolutely adore that service. I'm so grateful to Father Joe for, always making sure that that's on our calendar, and he loves that service. He does invite, as you said, everybody just to offer their gratefulness and thanksgivings, and in place of the homily, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So I know it's been a challenge for a lot of people, but boy, we do have a lot to be grateful and thankful for just every day. So it's great to do that in community. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up. It's wonderful. So we got Halloween coming up, right?
We do. Does that mean you want to open the floodgates here?
Jim, should I open the? Yeah, go ahead. I'm just talking to Jim Miller. I'm back. Go.
Oh, okay. So I haven't even said anything yet, and you're.
No, you haven't. But I know you got a stack of papers like this binder. Boom, boom, boom. Go. Okay, go. Without further ado, go.
Why do skeletons have low self-esteem?
I can feel people shouting out the answer right now. I don't know why.
They have nobody to love.
Go, next. We're going to rapid fire these. You want to go every other? How do you write a book?
So,
okay, go.
Why do skeletons make good spies? See, the skeletons are very good at keeping secrets.
Why?
Because they have no guts to spill.
Oh, so Dave, you know the best part about Halloween in my house?
The candy? I don't know.
Is that cobwebs look like decorations.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, your turn.
You can come down to my basement if you want to see. We do Halloween year round.
Okay, your turn. I follow you over the net.
All right. So why did the ghost go in the bar?
Oh, I don't know.
For the booze.
Oh my, do you have a groan button? Groan. All right, do you know how you write a book about Halloween?
I don't.
With a ghostwriter.
Very nice.
Jim? Okay, go.
Jim, okay. So Mary, what's it like to be kissed by a vampire?
Oh, I don't know. What?
It's a pain in the neck.
Oh, do you know why vampires need mouthwash?
I know this one.
No, because they have bat breath. Did you see that segue, Jim? Did you see that segue? He said vampire, I said vampire. Good. Dave, back to you.
Mary. What do Italians like to eat for Halloween?
Oh, I should know this one. I don't know.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Ah! That's all I had.
I'll give you one more, and maybe we can talk about the sermon,
Okay, all right, good. Let's do that.
Okay, a skeleton walks into the bar, and the bartender says, "What do you have?" The skeleton says, "Give me a beer and a mop."
Oh! I got it. That reminds me of a story. Is one time the doorbell rang on Halloween, right? And so I looked out the window and I shouted up to Ken and I said, oh my gosh, there's a witch at the front door. What should I do? And Ken shouted back, just give her some candy and tell her to move on. And my mother-in-law hasn't spoken to me since. Oh, I totally messed that up. And by the way, my mother-in-law was the nicest person in the whole world. This is why I don't do jokes like that.
I did meet your mother-in-law. She was very sweet.
She was the sweetest person. Oh,
So speaking of witches,
oh yeah.
you know, my mom and my sister have done a lot of ancestry work.
Oh.
Because they were proud members of the DAR.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a member of the DAR, if you really want to look back, you can trace yourself back to a lot of things. But in Massachusetts, you go back to the Salem Witches.
Wow.
We are related to some of the Salem Witches.
Okay.
One of them being Sarah Good, who was actually hung for being a witch. Actually, and here's the truth, this is not a joke part. The interesting thing was people that were killed, that were hung, were the people that declared their innocence. If you said you were a witch, you weren't hung, but it was the ones that fought it that were hung.
Wow.
But I guess my point in telling you this is, I'm not sure, but there's Daughters of the American Revolution, the DAR. I'm looking for a group, Daughters of Witches, because that would make me a son of a witch, right? There's a son of a witch group. I'm joining it, believe me. Let's talk about the readings here a little bit.
Let's talk about the readings, yes.
Because we've had some awesome sermons recently.
Unbelievable.
We've had some great readings. The reading this week, actually the Old Testament reading is from Ruth, which is Ruth decides to follow her mother-in-law, Naomi.
Oh, yeah.
Leaving Moab, which is on the opposite side of the Jordan River from Israel. She's going to move back to Israel, and she's going to accept God as hers,
Yep.
And what makes this story a little unusual is that Ruth ends up going on to be the grandmother of King David, which makes Jesus a descendant of Ruth.
So good. I love that.
And the gospel story, this is going to lead, probably our sermon titles will come from the gospel.
Yeah.
This is where Jesus is talking with the scribes and the Sadducees, and they're asking him a lot of questions, which could be one of our sermon titles, Daring to Ask Questions. So ask questions. The scribes asked Jesus about the commandments. Jewish faith had 613 commandments. They narrow it down to the love of God is the number one, and then loving your neighbor as yourself. I don't know if boiling it down or back to basics, Gospel 1.0 would be one of the titles. And there's this whole loving your neighbor as yourself. That has led in other gospels to different discussions as people question them on that. So maybe a possible title would be, it's not easy, but it's necessary.
Wow. That's a good one.
So there's a lot of good readings for this.
There are.
A lot of good discussions will come out of that.
Absolutely. And just to make a note that if you, by any chance, you have missed any of Father Joe's sermons, which are extraordinary. Please do. They are on YouTube, and you can, they're all there, and you can access that from the website or going directly to our YouTube place. So they're really good. I often re-listen to them because sometimes you miss things, you know, and you're like, what did he say about that? And so they're always there for you.
So do you have anything else, Mary?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have a big finish. I kind of came out early and that's it. What do you got? You got a closing story?
Oh, I do have a closing story, but I do have just another thought here.
No.
I was watching Pam the other day. She was trying to fold a fitted sheet, which is like nearly impossible. So I'm just wondering, are ghosts really people that died like trying to fold a fitted sheet? It's not.
I don't get it.
Well, I mean, she was like all covered in this sheet.
Oh!
I didn't know if she was getting ready for trunk or treat or.
Got it. Or trying to fold a fitted sheet. Got it. Okay, now I'm with you. Now I'm with you. Thank you for that. Okay, good.
We'll definitely have to use the laugh track for that one.
You definitely have to, because my face is like,
Oh, that's not unusual.
It's not. It takes me a little while to go.
Okay. So a final story. You want a final story?
Ready.
Okay, so the guy is driving along the road in the middle of the night, actually kind of near Halloween. His car breaks down. He knows the area pretty well, and he knows the quickest route to the nearest gas station is by taking a shortcut through the cemetery. Probably not a good idea near Halloween. Anyway, he's walking along through the headstones, and he hears a tapping noise off in the distance. Goes a little deeper into the graveyard, and he sees a guy over there, an old man with a hammer and chisel, punched over a headstone. He's kind of relieved because it's nothing really spooky. So he goes over, he talks to the old man, says, "What are you doing here in the middle of the night working on this headstone?" The old man replies, "No, they spelled my name wrong on it."
That was good. That was good. Good finale. Love.
So everyone, have a great week. Have a blessed week. We'll see you on Sunday at 8 or 10:30 and in the afternoon at 2 o'clock for trunk or treat.
Don't forget praise jokes. Bye.
All right.
I'm going to put that in the annual report. Praise jokes. Everybody that sends me a joke so far, it's Ian, it's Helen, it's Jim Miller, Jeff gave me one. Oh, come on. Look, I'm going to have a big ministry team there for praise jokes. Oh my gosh, I'm cracking myself up. I didn't even know. I'm losing it. Okay, I'm back. Anyway. All right.